In this video, we will show you how to change the rear upper control arm on your Lincoln MKZ. You can find it on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Before lifting your vehicle, it is necessary to measure the distance between the center of your wheel and the wheel arch. This will allow you to achieve an optimal tightening of the parts in their initial position. For safety reasons, we strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Lincoln MKZ safely. The components to be removed are very often seized up, so don't hesitate to brush and to use penetrating oil to make removal easier. Now you need to support the brake disc with a jack to make it easier to remove the wheel knuckle retaining bolts. Using a ratchet and a 15mm socket, unscrew the upper wheel knuckle retaining bolt. Finish unscrewing by hand, then remove the bolt. Using a ratchet and an 18mm socket, unscrew the shock base retaining bolt. Block the rotation of the holding nut with an 18mm wrench. Remove the bolt. Then lower the jack slightly. This will release the control arm from the wheel knuckle. Using a 15mm wrench, unscrew the retaining bolt on the chassis. Finish unscrewing by hand. You can now remove the upper control arm. Brush and grease the control arm area to facilitate its installation. You can order the rear upper control arms used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Take the control arm, then insert it from its upper part. Screw the retaining bolt back in until it makes contact. Next, use the jack to lift the lower control arm in order to install the upper control arm in the wheel knuckle. Use a plastic mallet to fit it into place. Use a flathead screwdriver to pry and align the control arm bushing with the bolt insertion hole. Then screw the bolt back on until they make contact using a ratchet and a 14mm socket. You will need to pry it out with a big flathead screwdriver or a small crowbar. To avoid damaging the bushings, tighten the upper control arm bolts in the vehicle on the ground position. Lift the shock base with the jack until the original measurement between the center of the wheel and the wheel arch is reached. Finish the tightening of the bolts with a torque wrench. Next, add the recommended clamping angle. Lower the jack slightly to bring the shock base closer to its slot. You can then screw the bolt back in using a ratchet. Block the rotation of the holding nut with an 18mm wrench. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Then, you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put the car back on the ground and block the wheels properly. Operation complete.
Quality parts, priced right.